Please be seated. Welcome to the 40th annual Convocation of the School of Education at Syracuse University. I am Associate Dean Kathleen Hinchman. I am pleased to preside over this special event. It is my honor to be the first to congratulate you, the class of 2016. Your hard work and perseverance has brought you here today, and we are proud to share this celebration with you. As is our tradition, we dedicate our School of Education Convocation to your families, friends, and supporters, all who helped make this day possible. Graduates, please rise, turn to your family and friends, and offer a warm round of applause to show your gratitude for their support for your achievements.
The Syracuse University School of Education is pleased to recognize the convening of this, the 40th Annual Convocation, and acknowledges its special dedication.
Offering the invocation today is Jikio Bonnie Schultz. Will the audience please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the national anthem?
On this day of endings and beginnings, of past achievements and future promise, let us come for now to this moment and offer our gratitude. Come for this moment to the in-breath and the out-breath. We offer our gratitude that we have this precious breath and can be here together to experience it on this day. With gratitude, may we remember the people, animals, plants, insects, creatures of the sky and sea, air and water, fire and earth, all whose joyful exertion blesses our lives every day. With gratitude, we remember the care and labor of 1,000 generations of elders and ancestors who came before us and made it possible for our graduates to be here with us today. We offer our gratitude for the blessings of this earth we have been given, for the family and friends we have been given, for the teachings and lessons we have been given. We offer our gratitude for the life we have been given and for the ceremony we are about to begin.
Today, the national anthem will be sung by Laura Walton, who is a graduate of the music education program.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. I would like to present Joanna Massangila, Dean of the School of Education.
Graduates, family and friends of graduates, School of Education faculty and staff members, Board of Visitor members, and other friends and guests of the School of Education. Good afternoon. I'm pleased to see all of you here for this significant and joyous event. As you look at our convocation program, you will see that we have students graduating this weekend from programs across the School of Education. Many of our programs prepare graduates to work in K-12 education, such as our teacher education, educational leadership, and school counseling programs. Other programs prepare graduates to work in higher education, such as our higher education master's program and our doctoral programs. Some of our programs prepare graduates to work across a variety of contexts with a variety of educational missions, such as our instructional design, development, and evaluation programs, and our cultural foundations of education programs. And some of our programs prepare graduates to work in the areas of health and wellness, such as our exercise science programs and our mental health counseling programs. Graduates, we are so very proud of you. You have worked hard and persevered through courses, practica, and internship experiences, lab experiments, the EdTPA, final exams, qualifying exams, dissertations, oral defenses, snowstorms, and many other challenges. None of us know the exact challenges that you will face in the coming years in your career as an educational professional, but we know that we have prepared you to meet these challenges. I'm a very optimistic person, and I look for inspiration each day in people and things I see around me to meet the challenges that I face. One of the things I have on my desk in my office is a page-a-day calendar called It's Going to Be a Great Day, with, quote, 365 days of words to inspire and art to keep. When I sat down to write this convocation speech, I drew inspiration from some of the daily quotes from this calendar that I have kept. One of the quotes reads, "Live with intention." I interpret this as being an active participant in life. Make choices and take action. Be an active participant rather than a passive observer. Another quote that goes along with this one is, "Be original. Don't be scared of being bold. You are the best you there is. Be yourself and allow others to be themselves." Several quotes that I like have to do with meeting challenges and dealing with failure. One quote by Ben Howard reads, "Keep your head up, keep your heart strong." And a companion quote is, "Never let failure go to your heart." We all have times of failure, but that doesn't have to define us. Times of failure are opportunities to learn things about ourselves and about how we may be approaching a task or a situation. These are times to reflect and refocus, and then be bold and live with intention. A quote by Elie Wiesel that is on my calendar is, "Think higher and feel deeper." Wiesel talks of treating other people with respect and advocates for thinking higher when you are out in your community and feeling deeper when you are face to face with another human being. He says to be more of whatever you are. Be more Jewish, more Buddhist, etc. Be authentic in whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to communicate. We are here for a very brief time. Do something remarkable with every moment, Wiesel says. A quote by Kid President connects with this sentiment. It reads, "Be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody." I hope that all of you have people in your lives who make you feel valued, special, important. That is a great feeling. It's a feeling that gives us hope, inspiration, contentment, and purpose. Strive to be a person who values other people, who makes everybody feel like a somebody. A key person to value and love is you. A quote by Oscar Wilde in my calendar reads, "To love oneself is the start of a lifelong romance." It is important that you build a strong relationship with yourself. Take care of yourself, nurture yourself, spend time with yourself, appreciate yourself, and most of all, love yourself. Graduation signals an end to one phase of life and the beginning of another phase. New starts can be a little scary, and they can be very exciting. A calendar quote that I keep in a School of Education notebook that I take to meetings reads, "Listen to me. You are eminently qualified to do this." I find it reassuring to open up my notebook and see this quote. This quote is for you as well. You are graduating from the Syracuse University School of Education, well qualified for jobs related to your preparation. Be bold, be confident, be yourself, live with intention, keep your head up, keep your heart strong, think higher, feel deeper, value others. You are eminently qualified to do this. I will end with one more calendar quote. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. Keep in touch. We will continue to support you as your School of Education. Congratulations again. We wish you all the best.
Representing the senior class today is Caitlin O'Rourke. Caitlin is a mathematics education major, and she will give the undergraduate student address.
Thank you, Dr. Hinchman, for the introduction and for the opportunity to speak to my fellow classmates. I am so incredibly honored to have the chance to say a few words about my time in the School of Education. As educators, we know that thank yous are hard to come by. Early mornings, piles of grading, and weeks of lesson plans are all familiar parts of our daily lives, but gratitude is not. Sometimes it's a good day if you can just get the people you're working with to smile. Very often, your classroom is the last place they want to be that day. Trust me, I'm a math teacher. I understand. I spent a semester working in a 7th grade math classroom, and let me tell you, my kids were adorable, but they wouldn't be caught dead telling me they liked my class. Try as I might to make algebra fun and interesting, they came in each day, did what they were asked, and left. But then, on my very last day at their school, 2 girls came and stayed after class. They brought me a handmade pillow, a bag of candy, and a card. The pillow was hideous, poorly made and falling apart in my hands. But they made it, and they made it for me. The card was simple and said 2 + 2 = thank you on the front with a handwritten note on the back. In that moment, the semester was all worth it. Every single sassy 7th grade comment melted away as I looked at the smiling faces of those young girls. That note is still hanging on my wall today, and the pillow has a special place on my nightstand as constant reminders of why this career is worth it. Now, I'm sure all of you are thinking back on those few students or clients, or maybe even that one person that made you feel this way. The ones that got that look in their eye, who had an aha moment, or who simply said thank you, that made you stop questioning why you were getting up at 6 a.m. voluntarily. Isn't that why we do this job? It certainly isn't for the praise, the respect, or the hours. It's for those that give you that indescribable feeling. the one that your friends and family just can't understand. It's for the look your students or clients get when they are truly proud of the work they've done. It's for the thank yous. Since we know more than anybody else how important it is to say thank you, I am going to take this moment to express my gratitude, and I encourage you to do so as well. I want to say thank you, obviously, to my parents, to whom I owe all my success. Without them, I would never have had the bravery I needed to pursue my dreams at this incredible institution. And speaking of this university, it goes without saying that I am endlessly grateful for my professors and the faculty here at the School of Education for mentoring me and turning me into the best educator I can be. Thank you to everyone who supported me through this year of student teaching, whether or not they understood it. And most importantly, thank you, my fellow classmates and educators. Thank you for being there when the EdTPA was due, for listening to 100 stories about my students, and for backing me up when student teaching felt like an uphill battle. We wouldn't be here today without one another, and I am eternally grateful for the impact you have had on my life. This day is for all of us. It is a celebration of our accomplishments and our time at this university. But it is also an opportunity to reflect upon and thank those who helped you get here, and to let that orange pride spill out into everything you do. Hold your heads up high, class of 2016. We've got a whole lot to be proud of and even more to be thankful for. Thank you.
Representing the graduate student body is Lee Tolley. Lee is an instructional design, development, and evaluation major. She will give the graduate student address.
Thank you, Dr. Hinchman. Good afternoon to the School of Education deans, faculty, fellow graduates, and family and friends. In the field of education, we talk a lot about scaffolding. As practitioners, we scaffold our lessons and structure our ideas so that our students can better understand them. As researchers and scholars, we build layer upon layer of theory and application into well-informed and cohesive practice and thinking. We often conceive of building with tangible objects to make an increasingly strong support. Today, I would like us also to reflect on the personal scaffolds that have supported us in the form of our interpersonal connections. Many of us embarked upon our careers as graduate students in the School of Education with backgrounds that impacted how we applied our new knowledge and made connections to what we already studied and experienced. Whether we were seasoned educators or began the process to become practitioners, we brought with us connections we had made with our own teachers, classmates, and students that shaped how we thought about education and how we would like to further contribute to the field in our own unique way. We observed and evaluated how we and others learned, from our kindergarten teachers through our higher education professors, from our instructional coaches, colleagues, and professional development coordinators, and from our family and friends. We determined that we wanted to enhance our own learning through graduate school at Syracuse University. Through our assignments, we made more connections with our professors and learned about shared interests and new ideas to explore. Through attending and presenting at professional conferences, we met like-minded individuals that were willing to share their views while listening to our own ways of thinking. Through practical experiences, such as capstone and research apprenticeship projects, the application of quantitative and qualitative methods, and working with schools locally, nationally, and globally, we interacted with countless others as we expanded our worldview. Our fellow School of Education graduate students, as well as other graduate students at Syracuse University, often joined us in these journeys, and engaged us in interdisciplinary conversations that were always educational, regardless of the subject being discussed. As we move forward from our current celebrations, we should reflect on all of the personal connections that we have made through the School of Education and how we may draw upon them in the future. From advisors willing to write letters of recommendation to professors turned colleagues that can offer words of wisdom, to fellow classmates that can reminisce about the wonderful learning experiences that we have shared. All of these connections have joined together, not just to scaffold, but to reinforce us as individuals. We may be moving to the next stage of our lives, but these connections, including the aid that we can provide for others, will continue to exist. They will serve as the framework upon which we will soon add even more extensive professional networks and will be there to continue to support us for many, many years to come. I would be remiss in discussing the importance of personal connections if I did not acknowledge my friends, family, colleagues, and professors, as they are the ones who helped me get here today. To my parents, Jim and Joan Gardner, my husband, Tom Tully, my IDD&E professors, Drs. Tiffany Kazalka and Jing Lei, my committee members, Drs. Jerry Major, Rob Push, and Chu Wang, and my exemplary advisor and mentor, Dr. Nick Smith. Thank you all for sharing your wisdom with me. I hope to be able to make connections with my own students in the future and positively impact their growth and foster their love of learning as you have done for me. To all graduates today, consider your personal connections that help to scaffold your success. Be sure to thank the ones with you here today and also pass on that support to others in whatever lies ahead for you in the next chapter of your lives. Congratulations to the class of 2016. Thank you.
Our convocation speaker this year is David Essel. He is a 1979 graduate of the School of Education Selected Studies program. David is nationally known for his work as a motivational speaker, life coach, and author, working with national and international corporations, professional athletes, and celebrities. Thank you, David.
Dr. Joanne. All right. Let's see. I've got to turn this on. Testing, testing. Welcome. In 1976, 40 years ago, if someone had told me that the power of the School of Education would have led me to a career that I've had, I would have said, no way. Dr. Joanna, I'm so proud to be here. Heather Waters, the School of Education. So much has happened, and I want to share with you what is potential. For your parents and your families, it's worth the investment, okay? In this very Manley Fieldhouse, I lived. I breathed, I ate. I was here 7 days a week for the first 2 years at Syracuse University as a member of the junior varsity men's basketball team. This was all I ever dreamed of. I lived in this area, grew up in this area. This was a dream come true. At the end of my sophomore year, Roy Danforth, the coach, Jim Boeheim, the assistant coach, Roy Danforth calls me into his office and says, Essel, we've got a position for you on the member of the varsity basketball team. Do you want it? Now, as a walk-on, this was a dream come true. I said, oh my gosh, coach, yes. Essel, will you do whatever it takes? Yes, sir. You've got a lot of talent. You've got a lot of grit. We need you to push the seniors every day in practice so they can handle anything that comes to them. Are you with me, boy? Yes, sir. I want to repeat this again. Will you do whatever it takes? Of course, coach. Sign me up. He said, okay, there's one catch. You'll never get in a game. Never? Never. Ever? Never. I took 24 hours and I came back with one of the most difficult decisions I ever had to make in my life. I said no. I couldn't handle the amount of time and the studies combined, and I left school. For a year and a half, I went to find myself. I came back and enrolled in the School of Education, and I had the most incredible mentor ever, Dr. Carl Chances. I have been trying to find Dr. Carl Chances for 30 years. I cannot find him to tell him the impact that he has had on my life. He was a maverick. He found a way to tap into his own inner Lady Gaga. Can I get a yes? If you want to have a profound impact in the world of education, you've got to find a way to tap into that place within inside yourself that no one else has. Can I get a yes? That's what's going to make you the star. That's what's going to bring you the success. Dr. Carl Chances sees me on campus one day and he says, "Hey, Essel, how are things going?" I said, "Not good, Dr. Chances." He goes, "What's going on?" I said, "I just finished this internship in a school and I do not have the temperament to be a teacher." He goes, "Don't worry about it. Take this sheet of paper home with all these classes on it, circle the ones you love, and bring it back in." I sat with him and he looked over and he goes, "Essel, you're an educator." I said, "Dr. Chances, didn't you hear what I just said?" He goes, No, listen. Educators come in all shapes and sizes. I'm going to proposition the School of Education to get you your own degree." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. A number of weeks later, I'm sitting with Marie Sarno, who might be here today. Is she? Where is she? Stand up. Hey, love. Woo! Give her a hand. Woo! 40 years ago, she started working here when she was 10. Is that true? I'm sitting with Marie Sarno, signing the paperwork for my degree in health selected studies. It changed everything, and it opened the doors for me to become who I am today. The School of Education and Dr. Carl Chances saw that I was this outrageously unique individual, that you needed a unique path. My parents use a different word, but they called me unique, and I loved it. I get out of school, my grades went through the roof. I never really cared about school. My grades went through the roof, and then I'm sitting there going, what am I going to do? Several people had told me I'd be a great doctor, and I found a medical internship in Hickory, North Carolina, at Glen R. Fry Hospital. Dr. Carl King interviews me for the medical internship. He says, "Essel, you've got what it takes. We're going to sign you up." I jump into the internship. Halfway through, he notices something wrong, and he calls me into the office, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "Dr. King, I got to tell you something. I love working with these clients, but I am way too sensitive. I take everything home. I can't shut it off. I don't think I'm going to finish." He said, "Don't drop out. Do you see a pattern here?" He said, "Don't drop out. There's something coming. I don't know what it is." My very last round was in cardiac rehab for all of our exercise science people. And one day, did I hear a woo? Yeah. And one day, they gave me the whole class of my own, cardiac rehab. Now, back then, we're talking open heart surgery were the main people that I had. They gave me a phonograph with a bunch of records. They said, put it into the middle of a gym and move to music and get these people in shape. I said, I don't have a dance background. They said, well, just do something. I led it. I was spouting fitness facts during the whole class. I was having a blast. Over the next couple of years, I found my place in society. I became recognized as one of the top fitness and aerobic instructors in the United States of America, featured in Shape magazine, the cover of American magazine, Men's Fitness magazine, and then the coup de grace was a spread in GQ magazine on travel and fitness. My world was exploding. My next mentor, Dr. Richard Gerson, says to me, "Essel, you've got so much passion and energy. What else would you like to do in life?" And I said, "Dr. Gerson, I want to be the top motivational speaker in the United States of America." Whoa. Okay, do this. Go back to school, get your master's degree. Sports psychology, exercise physiology, marketing. And when you get out, you're going to speak 200 times for free. Now listen, there's a pattern I'm teaching today. Mentors, humility. Mentors, do what they say. If you want to get ahead in life, you've got to find mentors and you've got to do what you say, even when it sounds nutso. He was telling me to speak 200 times for free. I did. Within a number of years, I'm traveling the world, 40 weeks a year as a motivational speaker, seeing countries I never would have seen, having the ball of my life. And then I heard burnout. The travel was intense and I wanted to do something else. I didn't know what. I'm in a facility like this. I get off the stage, this guy comes up to me and says, hey, I'm a TV producer in New York. We're looking for a fitness expert. We hear you have a master's degree. You do good with people. Come on the show. All of a sudden, a new career in education opens. I sign on with WWOR TV, Fox Good Day New York, and then Lifetime Television. In 1990, a long time ago, wasn't it? In 1990, you guys weren't even here, were you? In 1990, Lifetime Television calls me the #1 life coach in America, and a new path of education had opened up. As all of this is happening, a friend of mine calls me and says, hey, we've heard your motivational lectures. We want you to cut a radio spot for our company. Would you do it? I said, absolutely. We have $25. I'll take it. Be humble. I go into the studio, cut the spot, come out. As I'm walking to my car, this woman goes, hey, did you just cut that in one take? I said, yes, ma'am. Do you know anything about anything? I said, well, I'm a motivational speaker, health educator. She goes, how would you like your own radio show? I go, you're kidding me. That $25 that I got paid, I said, sure, when do I start? Friday at 11, be here at 10. What's it pay? Nothing. I'll take it. For 12 months, I did free radio. At the end of the 12 months, I got signed with Westwood One and went on to a 24-year career as a nationally syndicated radio talk show host, heard for 10 years here in Syracuse as one of the many cities on WSYR. Be humble. Be humble. Do what you don't want to do. As all of this is going on, a friend of mine comes to visit me. I go in to take a shower. She's sitting on the couch. I come out, she's crying hysterically. I said, Essel, this isn't good. You're not even in the same room and you're making this woman cry. She looks up and she says, with tears streaming down her face, she said, David, this needs to be a book. When I look down into her hand, she has my diary. Information no one was ever supposed to see. 20 years of addiction to alcohol and cocaine, failure, divorce, bankruptcy. I didn't want anyone to know this side of David Essel. It becomes my first book, Phoenix Soul, One Man's Search for Love and Inner Peace. Our 9th book was just released a couple months ago. This is where I've tapped into my own Lady Inner Gaga. I'm going totally against my own industry. The title of the book is Positive Thinking Will Never Change Your Life, but this book will. How do you like that for marketing? The myth of positive thinking, the reality of success. Our publicist told us recently that around July 1st, it's going to hit the bestseller list. How does this happen? From the School of Education, from Carl Chansis. When I tell you there is power in what you're receiving today, there is power and you've got to be humble and work hard. The very last story I'm going to tell you is about Scarlett Lewis. As an educator on radio, I met thousands of people, musicians, actors, actresses, from all walks of life. 3 years ago, the first time I interviewed Scarlett Lewis, I said to her, Scarlett, the national radio audience needs to hear your story about Jesse, your son. Exactly 1 year before, Jesse Lewis, 6 years of age, precocious, fun, lovable, loving, goes to school like he does every day. That afternoon, Scarlett gets a call from Sandy Hook Elementary School to come right down. She goes down to the school and waits for hours outside, and then they call her into a room and they tell her the news that every parent would dread. Your son Jesse was murdered with 20 other people today by Adam Lanza. I'm interviewing Scarlett on the show and I'm crying in the studio. And I said, can you ever forgive someone like that? And she said, David, you must. I said, how? She said, it's not turning the other cheek. It's not forgiving because it's the right thing to do. You have to go into your pain, your anger, your rage, your sadness, your grief, your loss every day of the week with professionals. And 12 months later, I've 75% forgiven Adam Lanza. I said, what else is your motivation now? And she said, David, Adam may have taken my son, Jesse, but he is not taking the rest of my life and my other son, JT. Scarlett Lewis is one of the most profound educators in the world of forgiveness that we have ever seen. I want you to find that spot, that place that drives you, that you love, and that's where you're supposed to be. I'm going to leave you with 4 powerful keys to living a dynamic life. Number 1, the only security you'll ever find in the world of education is by finding that space, that place that I've been asking you to think about today, and working harder than anyone else would work in that spot. Can I get a yes? Number 2, surround yourself with people who are smarter, more brilliant, more creative, more determined than you are. Now you're humble, now you're getting somewhere. Number 3, get a mentor. Because of Carl Chances and the School of Education, I'm here today, and for the last 37 years have been living a life I never imagined possible. Because of my gratitude, I want to offer each of you on the phone with me at no charge. I want to offer you my time. I have the time, I want to give it. If I can help guide you to your next level of education, your career, take advantage of it. Just find me via my name. Just go on the internet and find me via my name and let me know that you want some time and we will do it. That's how much gratitude I have for the School of Education. That's how it's changed my life. And the last one, maybe one of the hardest points to believe and understand, is that more often than not, your parents are correct. Be bold, be powerful, be humble, and most of all, always be you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Essel. A group of 8 to 12 academically outstanding graduating seniors are designated each year as Syracuse University Scholars. They are chosen from the university's entire senior class. Students are selected by a university-wide faculty committee from candidates nominated by the schools and colleges according to the criteria developed within that college or school. The School of Education is proud to have a Syracuse scholar in our graduating class. Cora Kuhl Mahali, please stand and be recognized. Each year, we recognize the special academic achievements of a select number of graduate students through the awarding of the all-university doctoral prizes. Dean Massangila will now award the doctoral prizes for the School of Education.
It is now my pleasure to call to the podium the winners of the Doctoral Prize for Outstanding Research Achievement. They are Mary Canito-Coville, Tess Dussling, Brent Elder, Heng Lu. Heng Lu could not be here today. Professor Tiffany Kozalka is accepting on Heng's behalf, and Casey Woodfield. Please come forward to be recognized.
Before proceeding to the recognition of graduates, I would like to introduce other distinguished members of the Platform Party who I have not yet had the privilege of acknowledging. I will ask each of you to stand as I call your name. Kelly Chandler Alcott, Associate Dean for Research. Amy Redmond, Senior Assistant Dean for Academic and Student Services. Michael Turek, Associate Dean for Administration. Heather Waters, Assistant Dean and Senior Director for Development. Caitlin O'Rourke, School of Education Marshall. And Ashley Trotta, School of Education Marshall. And please extend a round of applause in recognition of our School of Education's eminent faculty. Now that you've all had time to catch your breath. I now invite Senior Associate Dean Amy Redmond to join Dean Massangilla to greet the graduates. On campus is an inclusive post-secondary partnership with the Syracuse City School District that enables public school students with developmental disabilities who are between the ages of 18 and 21 to take classes and share academic, social, and work experiences with Syracuse University students. The program is part of the Inclusive U initiative at the Tayshoff Center for Inclusive Higher Education. 2 students are graduating from the on-campus program this year. Robert Pangborn. Ziaja Walker. We would like now to recognize each candidate for the baccalaureate degree. Would the members of the senior class rise and come forward, entering the stage from your right-hand side? Benjamin Gamache. John Natali. Alec Sa. Michael Klukotich. Jordan Leadham. Jenna Stanzione. Nicolette Deschave. Emily Page Griffin. Kelsey Ann Durhak. Haley Farr. Allison Michelle O'Connell. Emily Nist. Amanda Wheeler. Amelia Ann DeLude. Tess Alexandra Parsons. Amanda Rose Casal. Samuel Palmieri. Ashley Trotta. Cora E. Cool Mahali. Caitlin O'Rourke. Laura A. Walton. Lindsay Larkin. Fiona Hendry. Megan Vincent. Kiara Ortiz. Anisha Goffin. John Gordon. William Walker. Stephen Linos. Brian Coes. Marco Montes Dioca. Sean Dantonello. Hannah Sherman. Maxwell May. Tivy Merrow. Ryan Langdon. Jordan Max Feldman. Rachel Allen. Tabia Yee. Kayla Thibault. Alexis Baxter. Kenesha Lachey Friend. Angelique Ariel Benford Cooley. Ulia Hamilton. Gabriella Cole. Sarah McAllister. Jacob Irvin. Lisa Veronica Kranz. Dimitri Papadopoulos. Jared Anderson. Stephanie Harris. Amanda Silverman. Jamie Tanner. Alyssa Daggett. Sarah Kerwin. Gina Corradina. G. Bruno. JT. Sorry. David Ty. Samantha Kate Walter. Rachel Holcomb. Aaron Pointer. Emily Brosnan. Michaela Kearns. Kelly Smith. Amanda Scheckler. Asia Parker. Catherine Doyle. Gabriela Pereira. Caitlin West. Nicholas Chevrolet. Hugh Kiernan. Patrick Cooper. Daniel Piston. Max Luddy. Kayla Hiller. Sharon Beck. Mariko Sadagriski. Ayana Garrett, Hadeen Garrett. Jillian Clark. Brenna Keefe. Erica Newhouse. Michael DiCandido. Kira Wynn. Alexis Palazzo. Matthew Lev. Kelsey Caminiti. Daniel Collins. Brittany Lindo. Ashley Tak. Michael Duplessis. Alyssa Baller. Divya Desai. Stephanie Wasser. Megan Mahoney. Annie Loeb. Kara Glass. Emma Lunder. Michelle Glothar. Congratulations. Catherine Garcia. Kelly Palmatier. Fiona Flannery. Kaylin Amber Lee. Jessica Marissa Hollins. Nicole Marie Manjaluzzo. Lauren Budneski. Sarah Funk. Ariel Carlin. Vincent Alissi III. Sammy Jamal. Kevin Salvador. Seamus Shanley. Mitchell Slegbers. Sorry. Jackie Ferenzi. Aaron Simon. Brian Wright. Richard Parker. Emma Rivard. Meredith Salaji. Shelby Ginsburg. Nicole Gorski. Matthew Weiler. Samuel Faust. Matthew Chung. Marissa Cubillos. Jacqueline Broussard. Jessica Solinsky. Margaret Morehouse. Kylie Bridge. Samantha Reedy. Elizabeth Brown. Taisha Thomas. Kyle Chavis. Emily Pelletier. Diane Lee. Joseph Leem. Michelle Scarlett Gonzalez. Michelle Caceres. Victor Yang. Noemi Cardinales. Ashley Wanamaker. Would the candidates for the master's degree and certificate of advanced study rise and come forward to be recognized? Mark Smith. Ronald Taylor. Gina Tontillo. Rebecca Quinlan. Courtney Stelmack. Victoria Seeger. Angela Noviaski. Lamise Mutena. Jessica Peters. Heather Casey. Nicole Tritton. Janessa Cornish. Kate Karpinski. Sarah Evans. Chelsea Erin Crosby. Ashley Rose Alberto. Grace Surratt. Christina Battle. Elaine Mary Coughlin. Lauren Elizabeth Hahn. Kevin Claiborne. Alexa Ray Klein. Erica Medina. Brenna Thomasone. Sarah Jane Brisho. Aaron Murphy. Brooke Bauer. Brianna Shar. Megan Daniels. Rachel Pretori. Alyssa Augusto. Ingji Kang. Abigail Bodak. Holly Stillman. Stephanie Usay Sarpong. Cassia Hameline. Brittany Gregory. Margaret Morrison. Rachel Pastrich. Thomas Groff. Deborah Lord. Joan M. Cornacchio. Sang-Mi Borneman. Stephanie Mata. Jordan Johnson. Mandy Wang. Wade Hebrink. Jeremy Doctor. Adeline Pissarro. Kayla Nunemacher. Jui Mesvani. Sahi Yang. Brett Bauer. Taras Stashkiv. Joelle Feinberg. Catherine Farrington. Caitlin Amy Tolino. Alexis Lynn Partika. Laura Ortiz. Amy Stewart. Thomas Edward Carter. Karen Dyer. Caitlin Newsham. Tyler Scott Alvarado. DJ Escobar. Deborah Little. Lillian Toman. Julie Miller Marathew. Audrey Heller. Hannah Stathis. Morgan Ogletree. Laura Mitchell. Talana Marie Jones. Talana. Ernest C. Daly. Josh Leamer. Katie Matisse. It was better with the regular spelling. Aaron Hansler. Kyle Kellner. Tara Cosgrove. Lauren McCarthy. Shannon O'Toole. Cara Caparelli. Kayla Capello. Daniel Van Sant. I would like now to invite faculty advisors to join us as the doctoral degree candidates are recognized. Would the candidates for Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Education come forward? We ask that you carry your hood over your arm so that we can hood you in a brief ceremony on stage. Gotta go a little further so I can get cards from her. I think we're good. Tess Dusling. Amanda Alger. D.L. Adams. Julianne Anesi. Sean Finnerty. Claudette Brown Smite. Laura K. Thompson. Michael Calloway. Jaime Castillo. Brent Elder. Yuho Kim. Peter Nathega. Lauren Shalish. Casey Lee Woodfield. Carrie Rude. Frederick Paul Kirsch. Lee Tolley. Tiffany Squires. Deborah Capri. Micah Shippey. Karen Zanini Bull. Meredith Madden. Mary Canito Colville. Yuen Jong Dickerson. Carol Ann Willard. Rosemary Duarte. Let us recognize these accomplished graduates at all levels by standing and offering them a warm round of applause. And at this time, to symbolize your achievement, will all graduates please move your tassels from the right to the left? For tomorrow's commencement, Gate D will open for degree candidates only at 7 a.m. Graduates are reminded to bring valid SUID. The commencement ceremony begins promptly at 9:30 a.m. with a student procession. Will the audience please remain standing for the alma mater and remain standing for the benediction? The alma mater will be sung by Laura Walton, a graduate of the music education program.
Where the vale of Onondaga meets the eastern sky, proudly stands our alma mater on the hilltop high. Flag we love, orange, float for aye, old Syracuse o'er thee. Loyal be thy sons and daughters to thy memory.
Hasn't this been wonderful? So, as we prepare to leave this place, let's take another moment to breathe and feel our gratitude. During these moments together, we have recognized and celebrated the collective hard work and achievement of graduates at all levels. We've taken part in a ceremony that marks a transition to a new stratus for each person. We will never be together this way again. Truly, this is a day of endings and beginnings, past achievements and future promise, and we offer again our gratitude for all we have been given. Let us extend this mind over the whole universe so that we and all beings together may attain maturity in universal wisdom. May it be so. Amen.
You may be seated. We have a tradition at our convocation that the graduates proceed through a faculty receiving line. We ask that the audience please remain in your seats for the recessional. Following the recessional, we invite you all to join us in the back of the room for a reception. And just so that you understand how things go here, there's another convocation quite a bit later in the afternoon, so people will start clearing you out at around 3 o'clock. Don't take it personally. On behalf of us here in the School of Education at Syracuse University, thank you for helping us to make this convocation an occasion to be cherished.